Well, Claudia, you play Eloise, so I'll jump right into it. I was like so frustrated with your character these 4 episodes. I know, I feel bad saying that. It's just, I adored her every season, and you just want so much for her to just live out her truth and her best life. And then there's almost like a sense of, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe a little bit of jealousy that Penn's getting to live out her writing and her love story and all that. Is there any of that, or am I just misinterpreting that?
I feel like, because a few people have spoken to me about it, and I think it does represent people's real love for Penelope, how frustrated they are with Eloise. I think because, like, Penelope's Lady Whistledown, she's been writing about her family and stuff, so I'm like, sort of like, of course she's upset.
Right,
like,
but Eloise could be a Whistledown if she wanted to, because she's just as brilliant with...
But I suppose then, if that sounds a lot easier than I think her being like, well, then I'm going to try.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And then be competitive, sort of.
True.
I think it's more like she's been very open with Penelope being like, I basically want to be Lady Whistledown. Yes. I'm going to try and unmask her. Her best friend has been witnessing her do this for 2 seasons, then ended and sabotaged the thing she had with the Theo, and wrote about her family. So I get it, and I love that people.
No, you're
sort
right.
Of like,
you're right. I'm glad you put me in my place, because we should feel bad for everything Eloise has been through, because she really holds this big secret. You're carrying the weight of that secret.
But I also do think I think both can be true, because I do think you're right in saying that there is a part of her being like, oh, and there goes my best mate, who I was going to do all of these things with. They had these huge plans of being like these women together becoming independent and sort of not subscribing to that sort of stuff. And now she's gone on and do it. So I do think there's a bit of truth.
Right.
Yeah, that's not me being like, you're wrong.
No, you know, as women, I've been told since I was a little girl, my mom was always like, maintain your female relationships. You always need them. Like, you know, men come and go. And I think that's what I loved about your guys' relationship, was that's just so important.
Yeah.
Which leads me to Jessica.
How angry are you about this one?
Let's go. Christina, how did it feel to play the classic mean girl, in the sense of, like, you know, stepping on the dress and all things that happen? But what I do love about your character is makes me reflect on my childhood, teen years of, every mean girl has a story, and there's a reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Did that feel good to finally, by season 3, be able to say, this is why I'm the way I am?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we needed that. We needed to see it, because she did a lot of side eyes was going on, and there's a lot of, she does have a very cruel streak. But we do see where that comes from. I mean, we see her parents, not so much her mum, I don't feel, but her dad. I mean, we get a huge presence come from him, and we see what has hardened her through the years. But they are very fun to play. I'm not going to pretend like it's not fun.
Yeah, of course.
To step on Nicola's dress. No, it's all choreographed, and we care about each other a lot. So there's nothing, you know, shady there. But it is fun to play something that, you know, is different to yourself. I'm not saying I'm the nicest person in the world, but you know, it is fun to jump into the skin of somebody who's completely different. And
I think the moment you admitted that you didn't gossip at that one point was so a good moment for your character, because you're like, okay, she didn't do what we thought she did.
Yeah.
And her growth is happening.
And you see her sort of turn to Eloise and say, like, maybe you should hold up a mirror to yourself. Like, I'm trying my hardest to change here. Like, isn't what we have, isn't that clear?
Right.
Before you jump on me for that. That was a hard scene to film for us, but...
And Hannah, how about for you, playing Francesca and the love story, and finally seeing that someone can fall in love just to fall in love? Because I feel like your older siblings did what they needed to do, and you kind of have a little bit more freedom with your mom to just, as in the character, to just really just be in love.
I know, and it's a different kind of love, which is really nice to see. I think Violet's been on this journey. She really wants her to feel everything that she felt, and that's what love is to her. But then you see this kind of like quiet connection and a friendship in a similar sense to what's going on with Pauline. And just this person who doesn't feel the need for her to act in any specific way or change her in any way, and how beautiful that can be as well. And companionship is the word that we kept using when we were filming. Just being able to sit together in silence is actually a really good sign. Yeah.
That's so important. And you guys all play the characters so well, and it's all about the sisterhood, and we need to really promote more of that, us looking out for each other. And I can't wait to see Eloise and Penelope's friendship, which is almost also a love story, come back together. They have to get back together. So I can't wait to see what the next 4 episodes do. But best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you all.